July is National Baked Bean Month. Excuse me. Yes, a month in which we pay tribute to one of America's favorite, most healthful, and nutritious foods. I'm terribly sorry. As I was saying, good Lord, this is terribly embarrassing. I'm so...
Whoa, doggy! I guess I'd better wrap this up quick. Basically, Jesus! Whoa! Oh, God! My God!
Baked beans. They're nature's way of saying, for God's sake, open a window. Sorry.
June 22nd, kiddies, and I gotta tell you, I'm in a damn good mood today. Reason being, I just found out I'm gonna have company next week, and the downside to that is there may or may not be new shows all next week, but the good side of that is I'm gonna have a friend! Today's show, by the way, is brought to you by Viagra, without which I wouldn't be in such a happy mood anyways. I'm not about to waste your time with stupid introductions, so here you go, kiddies. Dave, the weatherman.
Dude, alright, so like I'm in this chat room, right? And this girl comes in, dude, and she's all, "Hi, I'm from Florida, and I have big tits. Would you like to f*** me?" And I was like, "Whoa, bro, how the f*** am I gonna get to Florida?" But she was all, "No, man, you can f*** me over the chat room." And I said, "Alright," and shit. So f***ing, like, this little window pops up, right? And she's all, "Oh, fuck me harder." And so I didn't know what the hell to do, bro. So I started pounding the keys hella hard. I was like, biggity pound on the keyboard, and she was like, "What the hell does that mean and shit?" I don't know. And it was weird, man. That's all.
You stupid dick.
Today's You Stupid Dick Award goes out to good old Dennis Dong. I mean Fong. Dennis Fong, Thresh. You guys know what I'm talking about, alright? Enough with the name calling. Let's get on to why he's a stupid dick. Captain Limp Dick himself, Thresh, appeared in New York Times Magazine, and now this was sent in by a listener, Chris Collin, which I appreciate. He scanned a fatty image of the fag himself, the entire page of the New York Times Magazine. For those of you that don't know what he looks like, I can put the image on the website. But it says Dennis Fong there, and it's got a picture of him above there, and this is where I think the New York Times went wrong. Okay, a queer like Thresh cannot be made to look cool or tough. They've got him, like, in this standing and posed in this intimidating manner, yet he's still wearing his glasses. Hello? Lenscrafters aren't intimidating. That's okay, though. It says, quote, Fong, 21, is the world's best player of the computer game Quake. And then it says, he travels to London this summer to face the UK champ. Okay, first off, if he hasn't faced the UK champ, how could he be the world's best? Second of all, I know I should be supporting the guy that's representing my great country in a game, but then again, I hope these UK players cream the shit out of him. I know that there's some damn good players over there, and I hope they humble this guy, because he really needs it. The reason I say that is because on an interview that I saw on TV with Thresh in it, he mentions that he has a lawyer for Quake. Hello, kiddies! The hell is that? It's a game, kiddies. You shouldn't need a lawyer to play a game, and if you do, then you're seriously fucked up. And finally, Thresh, in one of the last questions, says, quote, I made $100,000, which obviously means camping pays off, last year. I have deals with Microsoft to endorse a mouse, and with Diamond Multimedia for their Monster 3D 2 accelerator board. Period. Okay, that should be fine in itself, but then the next sentence is what gets me. Quote, it renders images faster. I'm doubling my frame rate. Come on, Trash. Everybody knows you're a sellout, but how can you sit there and just blatantly plug your products in the middle of an interview? I just don't understand it, and I don't agree with it.
You stupid dick.
Sitting at the edge of the bed, 1 million thoughts as I reflect.
I'm sure at this point in time, a lot of you are wondering, what the hell happened to my normal metal mix that I play for you guys? Well, it's a little band called The Urge, and if you haven't heard them yet, then that's probably because you don't like that style of music, or you don't agree with sellout MTV. If you don't like 311, you're not going to like this band. However, if you like 311 in the slightest bit, chances are The Urge may be for you. It's a nice blend of hard rock and, I guess, well, I don't want to call it ska, and I don't want to call it punk. However, be forewarned, there are 2 or 3 tracks on the CD that absolutely suck my left nut. But the rest of the CD is a neat kind of reggae-ish kind of pop rock kind of groove. And I really like the CD, so I'm saying, you know, maybe get some more of those legal MP3s. Yeah, get some of those, try it out before you buy it. Unless you can find it on sale, then it's a good buy. If not, you can always play Frisbee with it.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
That's the impression I had of the game I'm about to review for you guys now. Okay, the game is called Arc. That's A-R-C. And it's available at Hoopy, that's HOOPY.com. Now, Arc was described to me as a very cool game where you fly around in saucers and shoot lasers and missiles at each other. And hey, I'm up for that. And the fact that it's free, well, that's an added bonus. I mean, anything that's free can't be all that bad, can it? Well, this is. If you're one of those unfortunate people that has a 28.8 modem or less, don't even think about getting this game. It's not worth the download time. If my listeners are on a cable or an ISDN, then maybe you might want to check it out. First of all, the game uses and runs on 10, the Total Entertainment Network. Well, it's not really 10. It's another version of 10 that's designed to be free and smaller and blah, blah, blah. The point is, I thought that was crap. The chat rooms are horrible. Anyway, you download that, then you download the game, then you download an INI file. Finally, you're up and running, and you go in there, and right off the bat, it looks like a game made, back in the 80s from Apogee in terms of the graphics. Nothing visually impressive at all. Now, I didn't notice any lag. Of course, I'm on a cable, but when I tested it with my 28.8, you'd be shooting at guys, and, they wouldn't even feel it at all, and you could just tell. Basically, little 2D flying saucers. You move around on a little playing grid, and you shoot lasers at each other, trying to capture the other team's flag and bring it back, same old story, good old CTF. I wasn't buying it. I didn't like it at all. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe you will like it. Maybe you should give it a try. But I didn't like it at all. In fact, I deleted it after the first time of playing it. I'm tired of CTF. I'm tired of bad graphics in a game. And the sound effects in this thing were horrible. I mean, we're talking the announcer's voice was more nasally than mine. That's how bad it was. Anyway, that's my impression of the game Arc. Oh, I'm sorry. This intro just sounded like porn music. I'm sorry. Moving right along, this next section of my show today is devoted to power users. And I mean computer users that really know what they're talking about, even know maybe a little bit of programming, or even that know how to use Linux. Unfortunately, I don't remember who told me about it. However, I was informed of a program called LightStep. Now, those Linux users out there may be familiar with LifeStep, and pretty much that's what this is. It's a clone of that, yet based off the Windows 95 operating system. LightStep is basically an Explorer replacement. That means, that little taskbar thing that you got, your little desktop and icons, that's Windows Explorer. Well, this replaces that. I'm warning everyone right now who doesn't know how to manually configure a program, that means editing a text file, because this program is not user-friendly, so don't even attempt to get it. It's not user-friendly in the sense that you have to configure it yourself, and if you don't know where programs are located or how to use command lines and such, you're going to mess up your computer. Anyway, you can find it at LightStep, that's LITESTEP.computerheaven.net. And if you can't understand what I'm saying because I mumble and because Real Audio chops it up, just search for it on Yahoo. It's there. The reason I like LightStep, simply because it's completely customizable. I have custom graphics, custom menus, custom everything built right into the program. It loads a lot faster than Windows Explorer does. It takes up less memory than Windows Explorer does. And it's also got some powerful features like built-in MP3 plugs, because I always listen to MP3 music, so I like that. It's just it's a really neat program. It's slick, whoever designed this thing. Like I said, if you've used LifeStep at any time, which is a Linux program, and for some reason you went back to Microshaft, then you definitely need LightStep. It's a great clone. It's got some features that even LifeStep doesn't, and I hope they keep making new versions like they say they will, because this thing could be a fully featured, Explorer replacement. So there you go, kiddies. That's lightstep.computerheaven.net. Holy monkey, I forgot to review Headhunters 2. Let's get to it. Headhunters 2, where every kill is a gib. That's right, even if you kill somebody with your pistol, they explode into a million pieces of flesh. As much as I like that, I gotta say Headhunters 2 was not as fun as the original. Headhunters 2 has great level design. In fact, the level pack that you can download, I like almost every single level in it. They're well designed, well laid out, and they're pretty fun to play. However, the levels are laid out like typical deathmatch levels. There's nothing special about them except for the fact that there's this little, it looks like a bucket of water that spews out body parts, yet it's called an altar, and you bring your little heads to there, and boom, you get points. Now, in Headhunters 1, it was fun, and now I don't know why it was so much better, but I just remember it being better, okay? Hey, you could see the guys, their heads that they were carrying around. In fact, if your head was picked up, you could bite the person. I mean, there were some neat little things like that, which I think added to it, but I don't really know what made Headhunters 1 so much better, but in my opinion it is. What I would like to see is a team play sort of option where, each team has an altar, red and blue team, I don't care. You run out, the team with the most heads on the altar at the end of the game wins. I think that'd be better. I think that's what Headhunters needs. I think it needs a team play aspect, because a bunch of people running around, it feels like a Rocket Arena match, and then there's so many altars laying throughout the levels, it's like, boom, you kill somebody, grab their head and take it back, and there you go. Of course, points are awarded if you bring back more than one head at a time. I think, like, if you bring back 2 heads, you get 3 points. That's still really not enough to make the game all that enjoyable to me. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess Headhunters 2, if you like the first one, grab it. If not, don't even bother. Okay, I wanted to stray away from this as much as I could, but I think it's time I gave him my opinion. You guys know about Shooters. No, not the gay bar. I'm talking about the audio show. What is it? Blue and... I can't pronounce the guy's name. Youst? Sure? I don't know. I can't pronounce it. But him and... I think there's some other queer in the booth, too. And now me and Mr. Sure, we're cool. We're friends. We're buds. He knows it. In fact... I think he's the only one carrying that show. Blue, buddy, I'm sorry. Now, I'm not a radio personality, as you can tell. I mean, I don't have the voice for it, and I don't have enough talent. But then again, bud, I don't think you do either, okay? I sat there trying to watch the show the other time to see, hopefully you'd mention mine, maybe be nice and plug it or something like that, whatever. Of course you didn't. But, I had to shut it off within 10 minutes. And maybe you did plug it, but I didn't listen. Reason being, that was the most boring piece of crap show I've ever seen in my life. I sure hope you guys don't get paid to do that show, and I sure hope you didn't buy all that hardware you use. But the bottom line is, I mean, hey, you get the interviews with the big boys, and I can't. Maybe that's because my show's not as popular, and it's, run out of my little room. But yours isn't much better, bud. Why do I choose to rag on Blue, you may ask? Well, anybody that watches the show knows that he just goes on and on and on, and it's uninteresting and uninspired, and it's boring. In fact, I even called long distance, which is a big deal to a poor person like me, but I even called long distance to try and get on the show, and it is impossible to get on. And I don't think that's because of the popularity of the show. I think that's because they talk to the same guest for frickin' ever. Hey, I mean, I'm sure there are people that like the show, because if there weren't, I don't think they'd keep making them, or pseudo-online network, whatever the hell that is, wouldn't, pay to have them on there. Maybe it's the load of sellout commercials that they play, just, they bombard us with advertisements, but I can't stay on the show, and I finally had to get that off my chest, and I'm sorry, guys. now that I have that out of the way, I'm asking my listeners now for some help. If anybody knows how to run a mailing list, I'd like to start doing that. I've gotten a lot of requests to. And I'd only probably send out 2, maybe 3 messages a day. Now, I know that may sound like a lot, but it's not. They're mostly going to be little update things or, voting questions or, what I'm going to have on the day's show, anything like that. And to be honest, I don't really have a lot of extra time lately to go and look into something like that. So if anybody knows a quick and hopefully easy way to set up a mailing list, please let me know ASAP. Oh yeah, hey shooters, before you do your next show, make sure you tell yourselves,
I'm going to do a terrific show today, and I'm going to help people because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
'Cause even though it's not true, hell, it just might help. I leave you today, kiddies, with a dedication to my web designer. Now, Wanker buddy, you know I love you, but I don't know where the hell you are. I haven't seen you on ICQ in days, I haven't gotten an email for you, and quite frankly, I'm waiting for some images and some banners. So thank you to all my listeners who have been submitting those. I'm kind of weeding them out, kind of sorting them out, finding out which ones I want to do and which ones are the best images and banners for my site. So I appreciate all the submissions, and although I don't know if Wanker does any drugs, I'm guessing that he's passed out stoned somewhere. So buddy, please, if you're listening to this, give me a holler. Thank you guys, and good night, good evening, good morning, whatever the hell time it is.
I'm sitting in that chair, watching the TV. It's not even on, but there's plenty for me to see. I've just lit some crazy ass shit that my friend overnight mailed to me. I'm fucking wasted. It's the best shit I ever tasted. I think they fucking lazy. 'Cause I'm so damn lambasted. Ooh. Well, my friend came over, so I packed him a pipe. I told him he better go easy with this shit, but he didn't believe the hype. He sparked 3 bowls just to show he could take it. 2 minutes later, he was playing backgammon naked. He's fucking wasted. It's the best shit he ever tasted. He's lost in fucking space. 'Cause he's so wicked, wasted. Whoa, spent the last 2 hours hiding under my bed. 'Cause I looked in the garbage can and I think I saw my Uncle Louis' head. I'm fucking wasted. Well, my friend blew a hit into my pet bird's face. The bird laughed hysterically and started to moonwalk all over the place. He tripped over the toaster wire and fell on his beak. He looked at the 2 of us and he started to speak. I'm fucking wasted! It's the best shit I ever tasted! My brain's been erased! I'm fucking fried! Now, we're sitting in the bathtub, wanting something to eat. I wanted a pizza, the bird said pepperoni would be sweet. Delivery guy showed up 4 hours later, handed me his shoe. I said, we ordered pizza, buddy. What the hell's up with you? I'm fucking way